The Villain's White Halo, 翻牌白花光环 by 好大一转为生之. He wanted to be feared. Instead, he's adored. Yin Biyue feels scammed. After dying as a 2-bit villain in a multitude of worlds, he dreamed of becoming the final boss in the next world he's reborn into. Unfortunately, the malevolent fiend halo he purchased from the Rebirth Company seems to be malfunctioning. Instead of inspiring fear in those who inhabit his new reality, his fellow cultivators see him as a do-gooder. And this includes the Bleeding Heart protagonist, Luo Myung-chuan, the very man who Yin Biyue just tried to murder. Before Yin Biyue knows it, he's surrounded by allies and the fallout of a misunderstanding that makes everyone in his cultivation sect think he's the victim. How is he supposed to achieve his dastardly dreams now? Especially when the mysteries of his forgotten past keep popping up when he least expects them. Xianxia, Immortal Heroes. This story is primarily set in a Xianxia world. Xianxia is a fantasy genre that heavily features Taoist themes of cultivation and the pursuit of immortality, with more emphasis on the supernatural than martial arts. Its characters often strive to become stronger through cultivation, obtaining higher and higher cultivation levels, the fearsome powers of which are defined differently by each author. The Villain's White Halo is a gay romantic comedy set in a fictional historical fantasy world and featuring the transmigration story trope. It is a Chinese light novel or web novel. Chinese light novels are generally very long, serialized, web-based publications, many of which have hundreds, if not thousands, of chapters and can take years to complete. Both danmei and transmigration are common types of Chinese light novels. There's a link in the description if you want to know more about transmigration in Chinese fiction. The Villain's White Halo is a 3-volume series. I chose this one to start the channel because it is something I'm unfamiliar with and I have not seen anyone else reading it thus far. I feel that it is important to remind listeners that while this is considered a romantic comedy, the fact that it is the product of a very different culture from what many English speakers are familiar with means that there are often things that will not make sense or that you might just not find funny. There are jokes that can be hard to translate because they are wordplay or depend on some cultural aspect that it is difficult to explain. In deference to those who might consider content warnings to be spoilers, I will not list the specific ones I've found for this story here. However, I will put a link to more specific information in the description. That said, please be aware that The Villain's White Halo is rated mature by the licensed English publisher 7 Seas and may contain explicit or upsetting content.